Hello, YouTube family. Giving glory and honor to God, my Father, the Most High. Y'all, y'all know what I'm going through. You know I'm going through healing. You know I've been through so much this past year. So if it takes me a week or whatever, then that means I am getting through something. But I've had something on my mind and I have been just in awe of it, for a very, very, very long time. And my concern is these kids growing up disrespecting their parents. Y'all, we need to teach our kids that disrespecting your parents will shorten their life. Because, you know, our parents are the ones that brought us in the world. I'm not saying that they created us, because we were created before we were even thought about, being conceived. It's mind-boggling. It's just mind-boggling. I see so many kids disrespecting their parents, their guardians, their elders, aunties, uncles that's way up in age. I ain't talking about them aunties or uncles that's 5 years to a few months older than you. I ain't talking about them. I'm talking about them ones that's 6 years and above. We need to teach our kids how to handle themselves in the proper manner when it comes to our elders. I mean, even grown folks. I mean, the way y'all talk to your parents, the way you talk to adult people out here in these streets, it's ridiculous. 2:22 on the clock. It's ridiculous. I don't understand what you get out of cussing out your elder. What do you get out of cussing in a conversation with your parents? What do you get out of that? You get some type of, what, is it some type of feeling that you get? Because I don't feel it. Matter of fact, well, of course I don't feel it, because I don't disrespect my parents, the people my parents married to, my elders. I mean, I don't do that because I don't see no fun in it. I don't understand how these elder people are okay with your grandchildren listening to rap music with all the cussing in it around you. You just get into the vibe. Really? If you get into the vibe, then that means you want to be there. You want to keep your youth. Baby, you ain't young no more. Give it up. You ain't young no more. So, what are you getting at? You still learning? Literally, you still learning. Is that what that means? So, my youngest son told me once upon a time, probably about a year or two ago, probably more years than that. He was probably still in high school. My youngest has graduated from college and everything. But, he did something repeating me. And he made the statement, if you don't want me to do certain things, then why do you do it? That hit. That really hit. Because he was right. He was right. And I didn't change up right then, but I did change up. You're not going to change overnight. You got to work on yourself, And nobody is perfect. Nobody. But we as adults, we have to do better. when it comes to our children. Why? Because our children are our future. You know, people are having more than 3 children. And having more than 3 children, it is hard. You know, it's hard. But at the same time, don't forget what you've been taught. Don't forget what you've seen. Do you want your children to be out here in this world just doing anything? Well, if you don't, then we got to do better. We got to teach. We got to help them understand. You know, in the Old Testament, I know a lot of our adults out here in this world, we know about the Ten Commandments. And if I'm not mistaken, number 3 or number 4 says, do not disobey your parents. I take do not disobey your parents is not disrespecting them. Hold them in the honor that they deserve. A lot of them don't deserve that honor. But you're their child. Who are you to say that they don't? I'm just saying. Excuse the background, it's a tractor cutting the yard. So, I mean, y'all want to see? I know you probably don't. Oh, I can't do it. I can't flip the camera. I'm still learning this, so it is what it is. But anyways, back to the children. You know, we got our children out here, killing people. We got children out here killing themselves. We got children out here stealing. We have children out here just doing the most. Why? Because the discipline is not there. It's not there. And of course, if the discipline is not there, then the disrespect is there. Y'all follow me so far? Because this has really been on my mind. We're going to get to, the second part of the isolation and everything and coming up out of it. But this here, I really wanted to address. Because, they say it get worse before it get better, but we don't have to have it that way with our children. We don't. Put your foot down. Stop being scared. They got people scared nowadays that if you discipline your child, you're going to go to jail. BS. I disciplined mine. Yes, I did. And I guarantee you, I have the respect for my children. But one thing I've always told my children, and this is what my mother always told me. A closed mouth don't get fed. You speak your mind and you speak what you want to speak, but you speak it with respect. You don't speak it like you at that level with me, because you're not. You don't speak it like you was born in the same year as me, because you wasn't. These kids nowadays that don't have the discipline, and some that do have the discipline, because granted, my kids are so smart within themselves. They know how to speak with respect. They do. But, just like people tell me, sometimes my words can cut. My kids' words can cut too. Because they know what words to use. You know what I'm saying? They know what words to use to get across what they're trying to say. And I did that. I did. because that's how I am. My mother told me no question is a dumb question. So if you have a question, ask it. It's up to the other person to answer it or not. But don't give the person that's asking the question, a response as, that's a dumbass question. Why is you asking that? Don't give that to the person because they don't deserve it. If you don't want to answer it, just say, I'd rather not answer that. Ain't nothing wrong with saying, I'd rather not answer that. But it is something wrong with giving a response to, that's a dumbass question. Why would you ask it? Because that's the question that I wanted to ask. How you know I didn't know that it would be a dumb question? I asked it anyway. That goes back to respect. You give people the respect they deserve. And if you feel they don't deserve the respect, so what? Still give it to them. Because everybody deserves respect, especially from kids. Kids don't take care of themselves. Kids don't pay bills. Kids don't feed themselves unless you teach them how to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I'm just saying. Because that's what I did with mine. First step, let me teach you how to make a sandwich. You got any questions with how to make a sandwich? Because I can answer that question for you. Hey, y'all, let's teach our kids how to do better. Let's teach our kids how to speak to their adults, their elders, better than they do. All of the yeah, no, what? That's disrespecting itself. A lot of people feel that saying yes ma'am and no ma'am and yes sir and no sir is slave mentality. No, it's not. That's respect. Especially with someone that's 20 plus years older than you. That's respect. I mean, if you feel that slave mentality, then teach your kids how to say yes and no. Not yeah and no. I'm good. How you doing? Excuse me, y'all. That's my dad. So, I mean, come on, y'all. We got to do better with our children. Our children are our future. And God, Jesus, is paying attention to all of it. And don't think he's not reporting back to his Father, Jehovah the Most High. And I'm going to tell y'all every single time I mention Jehovah, that is what he want to be called. Psalms 83:18. That's in every Bible. Every name, every whatever you call him, he want to be called Jehovah. I don't care what nobody say about that. I don't. So you call him what you want to call him, but in the back of your mind, know his name is Jehovah. You can call him Yahweh. You can call him El Shaddai. You can call him Jireh. You can call him whatever you want to call him. But in the back of your mind, you know he wants to be called Jehovah. No, I am not a Jehovah's Witness. No. At this point, I'm nothing. But I was baptized a Baptist. I don't even... I don't even, go that route with it either. I'm spiritual. So, like I said, our children, 25 and under, needs to show more respect for their parents and their elders. And parents that did not grow up with their children, we need to teach them better. We need to teach them how to respect. We need to teach them, how to respond. We need to teach them that a closed mouth does not get fed. We need to teach our children because they can't teach themselves. Well, some of us can, because I sure taught myself. I got taught certain things. I didn't get taught everything. I'm self-taught on a lot of things. So, with me being spiritual, that means I want to learn every religion out here. What I don't know about you, I would love to learn about you. What I already know, that's what I teach my kids. You can do the same thing. So y'all stay blessed. Let God guide your feet. Let him help you with the words that you need in order to speak what needs to be spoken. Ask him for that wisdom to have sharp discernment. Because without God, without our Father, the Most High, what do we really have? Y'all stay blessed. I love y'all.